All right, guys, let's do a quick recap of our 9-day trip to one of our most favorite places in the entire world.
Best place.
Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, that we recently took in December of 2023. This was a family trip with the Maxwells. So my parents and then my sister and her husband, Brendan, all joined us. So we flew in on Southwest. It was our last time using our Companion Pass perk, which expired at the end of 2023.
Had it for 2 years.
We'll be running it back for the next couple years for sure. But so we used points, and then I flew for free. Courtney redeemed with points. I'm the companion on this go around. And so we got into Puerto Vallarta's airport. It was not bad with the customs at all.
I think we were maybe the only flight to get in at that time, so definitely helped. Sometimes when you fly in, there's like 3 flights to get in at the same time, and that's when it gets a little bit crazy.
So breezed through. We did check bags on this time because we were gone for almost 20 days.
Because we then spent Christmas with my family in Illinois,
so we had
two different
types
climates.
Of clothing. So we had some winter clothes in there too. So, but our bags were pretty quick, and then they check your bags again, and then you walk through the shark tank, as we call it, which is going to be after the second. So you do your customs, get your passport checked, then you get your bags, then they do a bag check, and then you are in this room where everyone is going to try to sell you a timeshare. So unless you're in the market to purchase a timeshare, we would recommend just breezing through this area. They're going to try to offer you shots. They're going to offer you free massages, a free round of golf, all this stuff.
And they're so kind. Like, they're going to ask you, you know, like, oh, where are you staying? Like, strike up the conversation very naturally, but
we're just like, oh, we're good. We just keep walking.
Going. Just be nice. And we appreciate the hustle, of course.
Yeah, we have an entire blog about Puerto Vallarta and an entire section within it that's how to navigate the airport, because there's some other great tips in there, like when and how to get some pesos and where to do that. And so we'd love for you guys to check that blog out. We'll link it under here if you want to dive in more. Something that we recently learned is that it can be expensive going from airport to resort or to the Malecon.
Those are the most expensive cabs that you're probably going to find in all of Puerto Vallarta.
It's not the same price returning to the airport as it is leaving the airport. And so this time we wanted to test Uber, and we've Ubered in PV previously, but we've never done it from the airport. And so we called an Uber, and we found out that it was only going to be like, I think it was $20 instead of 55 or $60 or something. So it was a pretty good savings. It's enough of a savings for us to basically like walk over the bridge. If you walk out of the airport and you turn to the left, you go up and over a little bridge, and then there's an Uber zone over there, and it was a breeze for us. So
easy. It's like a 5-minute walk if you don't mind like a little extra walk in the heat. You'll be fine.
So if you guys are in the business of saving, $40 pretty easily, that's one way to do it. And then we went and stayed at what used to be our favorite resort in the entire world. And let me explain what I mean by that. Yeah, we have previously, my grandmother owned a timeshare at Villa del Palmar, and we grew up going there. And then I introduced it to Courtney 4 or 5 years ago.
In 2019.
And we've gone 3 or 4 times since and stayed there. It is in a great location. It's in the hotel zone. The resort's becoming a bit outdated. And so we still have a nostalgia effect there. And I've always felt that it's a very good value resort. So like when Courtney and I went in December of 2019, we got rates for like $75 a night. And I was like, this is great for that price point.
So worth it.
Absolutely
Talking about
great.
Not doing the all-inclusive, just the room rate.
Just the room itself. And so over the years, the price has gone up a bit, but we don't feel that the resort itself has improved at the same rate at which the prices are going up.
Now, that being said, they did just get bought by Marriott? Or someone else?
No, so another larger hotel chain.
Who is working on the construction and working on revamping that whole resort. So we might have a different feeling in a few years whenever they're done with all those renovations, but for now. Yeah,
there's like 2 or 3 phases that they're going to do different chunks of it. And so guys, it's still like the pools, the amenities are still really nice. The rooms just need to be refurbished. We rarely eat there because the restaurant foods aren't anything special, and there's just such amazing dining around PV. So unless you get a really good deal, unless you're staying there for around $100 a night, I would recommend looking elsewhere. Whereas I used to always tell people that is the exact place to go. And you still can find rates like that. You just have to kind of like shuffle around, talk to the right people, or find them on a promotion. If you can do it for $100 a night, it's good value. But if you're talking $175, $200 a night, there's better options at that price point, especially in the Airbnb and the condo space, VRBO.
Right.
But that area, we still love that area. So right across the street is Food Park Park PV, and that is such a fun place with still amazing prices. And you get all sorts of different foods: sushi, Mexican, Italian, pizza, large drinks. Like, it's just a fun outdoor food park area.
Yeah, you can it's very casual. You can kind of find something for everyone. So we frequent that place on our casual nights.
If you ever do stay in that hotel zone area and you're walkable to the Soriana, it's this super huge mega grocery store. It has some of the most affordable groceries you can get. It's got an amazing bakery in the back. And so if your hotel or your Airbnb or VRBO has a kitchen component to it, you can absolutely cook a couple meals. And that's been a great way for us to kind of splurge on dinner because we're cooking.
We're cooking breakfast and lunches and just making sandwiches and easy breakfast. And
couple other highlights of that area is on the beach, the food vendors. We love the fruit trucks. Yes. We love the guy walking around with the mango. He's doing fresh mango with tahini and chamoy. The Muffin Man. He's an absolute legend. The Muffin Man, those are also good. Really, all of those like local food vendors are so good. And going back to the fruit trays, if you get like a large fruit tray, like a mega one that can easily feed like 2 people and like be lunch, you're looking at what, $5-6? Yeah. USD. Yeah, so, 5-6. We always give them a couple dollars for a tip, and it is just a mass amount of food. And you're never gonna get that price. Try that at a Publix or a Whole Foods in the U.S.
Oh my gosh! But then other things that are near Via del Palmar and like that hotel zone in general, there is a little area where there are a few different restaurants. La Dolce is an Italian restaurant that was pretty good over there. There's an Argentinian steakhouse. There's also some clubs over there. There is a mall walking distance if you need anything. That's really great. And then there is also our favorite restaurant. One of our favorite restaurants.
La Leche. Such a fun experience, guys. If you're ever in Puerto Vallarta, even if you're staying somewhere else and it's up to like a 30-minute drive, I think it's worth going out to. The food is immaculate here. They roll the menu on a chalkboard, which changes daily up to your table, and you select it from there. Just the quality of everything is so great, and they have a DJ playing in there. The vibes are good. It's all white in there. There's just like milk jugs, because La Leche in Spanish, milk, right? That's the decor. It's just a really fun, unique, great experience. If you're celebrating something, they do a great job with little fireworks shows and shots and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's a really great place. So highly recommend there. We will not go to PV and not stop there.
You're also in between the airport and Via del Palmar, or that hotel zone area, is the Marina. A Marina is a great place to walk around, and they'll sometimes do a little outdoor market. They have great restaurants, great place to catch an excursion if you're going to hop on a boat. So that's like a part of Puerto Vallarta that we just love so much, is that area. Because there's things nearby. And so we split this trip up into 2 parts. And so part 1 was Via del Palmar. We did a whale watching excursion with Austin's Tours. Ironically enough, Austin.
Right.
The dude was amazing.
So great. This was our first time with him.
And just a great guy, great service, very affordable. He picked us up from the beach. We went whale watching for a couple hours, and we actually like worked with him again later on in the trip to go explore some new areas we've never been. But we'll link his information below, as well as these restaurants and our blog that we're talking about. But our second part of the trip, we went to the Malecon, and we stayed in an Airbnb called Rivera Molino.
Rivera Molino.
And it is right next to Oscar's and the river, and it is like right in between the Malecon and the Romantic District.
Right. It's like truly central, and it was maybe 2 blocks off of the beach. So a really great spot, and pretty affordable.
3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 4 nights. I think we paid $1,000 total. So $250, per night is amazing for 3 couples, right? We're talking $80 a couple.
Right. It was very nice. You have a pool there. You have a kitchen. So
walkable from everything. Loved there. We went to Pepe's one night, which is, probably one of our favorite restaurants.
That's my favorite restaurant in all of Puerto Vallarta. You got your mariachi band. You've got your massive margaritas the size of your head. We get the steaming, sizzling fajitas every time. It's just like a good vibe. It's a great, like, just Mexican restaurant.
So much fun there. And we just love walking the Malecon. 2 kind of different vibes. The Malecon has a lot of your shopping and your nightclubs and street performers.
Bars, things to do, like very much like that. Some beach spots, some, but more so like the city vibe.
And then the Romantic District is going to be some of your more artsy area. It's got some of the higher end restaurants over there, and it's just all beautiful. So you could walk up and down. You could be there for 2 months and not try everything that you would would want to there. But some of the other highlights from that trip.
We love La Palapa, little restaurant there. It's on the beach, feet in the sand, very nice, always live music, just a very great vibe, romantic if you want it to be. So really great spot.
Yeah,
love
someone
La Palapa.
asked us about like what's the best beach bar or beach restaurant in the sand for a large group, 8 to 12 people.
La Palapa, for sure.
Amazing. The music, everything about that place. It's fine dining in the sand, and it's just beautiful. Some of our other favorite places, Devil's Bar.
Yes.
If you want to watch some sports, they're gonna have all the NFL, NBA, NHL, everything for you. It's very unsuspecting.
It's like on the corner.
Yep.
And it's literally just the bar.
8
right?
bar
It's
stools.
just right out there. Best margarita in PV, in my opinion.
And that's a bold statement, right?
That's a bold statement. I drink a lot of margaritas when we're over there. That's like my preferred drink. And Devil's Bar does it differently because all of their fruit is fresh, right? So if I order a pineapple jalapeno margarita, I see them cutting up the pineapple and the jalapenos and muddling them and just making, very fresh margaritas, and daiquiris and things like that. But really, really good. Highly recommend going there. The people are so sweet too.
Another one of our favorite spots that's a must check out is called Tuna Azul, and it's in the Romantic District. It's 2 blocks off from the beach. It's on the second and third story.
You might miss it if you
of
don't
the
look
building.
closely.
You got to go up the stairs. It's a cash only venue. A lot of these like places that we highly recommend are cash only, so just be prepared for that. And freshest tuna by far, the nicest staff. We always have such a great time when we go there. They do a nice happy hour.
They do. Coconut shrimp.
Yeah, and
Fabulous.
I mean, not everyone in our group loves tuna, but my sister and my mom and I do, and so it is the best place to get ahi tuna raw, prepared in so many different ways. So that's
really
a
great.
must-visit place that we always tell people to go.
Another thing on the Malecon, you have to stop at the markets. The little markets on the street, they have the little white tents, they're everywhere. So there's gonna be a few different spots, right? So when you're walking on the Malecon, there are some that are lined up, like in a line along the water. Those are gonna be a lot of your, like there was like roasted corn, there was
Strawberries,
desserts, there were like more
cream.
snacky foods and things like that. There is a crepe one. If you go a little, like 1 block in, there is a larger market that they set up in like almost a little park
Near
area.
the church, yeah.
And that's where you're gonna get some like heartier food. So you got that potato that had
It was amazing.
everything on it. It was like a loaded potato, but like in the best way.
Yeah,
like
carne
Mexico
asada
version.
on it, and it's so good.
But there were so many, you can get your tacos there, you can get everything, and like that's a way to eat very well, but very cheaply in PV. Also, another way to eat cheaply is
Taco time. Taco time is one of our favorite taco spots. There are many. And listen, like it's the battle of the tacos, but this one is great. It's 25 pesos. It's right on the side. It's just like a standalone taco truck cart area. The nicest family runs it, and they want you to have the best time possible. But I love is you pick your meat. It's like 25 pesos per taco. Comes on a freshly pressed corn tortilla, and then you add the sauces and the toppings that you want.
They've got pineapple, they've got cilantro, they've
onion,
got
everything that you want on there. And so for 75 pesos, or roughly the equivalent of like $4, you can get 3 amazing tacos.
Like a full meal.
Just have a great, for me it's a snack. I can eat like 6 of those.
Yeah,
but
let's talk tacos too. Let's talk a little bit more about tacos.
We discovered a new place, guys, and this place, in my opinion, from like a quality perspective, is higher than Taco Time. Taco Time is gonna be you're
quick and easy.
Running, you're on the Malecon. You want to have a quick bite.
Yeah.
You want to talk to the nicest people. If you have time to wait a little bit, unless you go early, a little earlier when they open, Señorita Olas Atlas. I know it's a mouthful.
That's a lot.
Right? But that place is doing the freshly shaved
tacos
al pastor. Pork with the
right.
pineapple. They bring your sauces up. I think it's 100 pesos for 3 tacos. It's like 25 or 30 pesos for a beer. And what a great experience. We went there twice. So we discovered this place because our cab driver was telling us as we were driving by the most popular taco place, which is called Pancho's Tacos. The line wraps around the side of the block for Pancho's.
Yeah.
And I've been there years ago. It is phenomenal. It's worth going, especially if there's not a line, but there's never not a line. Yeah. And so our cab driver recommended Señorita Olas Atlas, or Señorita is what I believe they call it, as the alternative. without having to wait in as long of a line. We realized at like dinner time, 7, 8 o'clock, there was a line building there, but we went at like
6,
5 or 6.
5 or 6, and we walked right in. We were fine.
Sat at the bar. It was absolutely phenomenal. And then on our last night, Courtney and I went out and tried Pepe's tacos, which is another one of the competitors. It sounds like those three, Panchos, Senoritas, and Pepe's, they're kind of the ones that are vibing against each other, or it's all friendly, right?
They all do the same type of taco, right? Like they're all fresh, they're all great, and I liked all of them.
All of them are amazing.
All of them
can't
are
go
so
wrong
good.
with tacos there. But those are the 3 places we would recommend. If you can get in Pancho's No Line, check it out. If you want a slightly more elevated sit-down experience, Senorita. And then honestly, the most casual of the 3 was Pepe's. We took it to go and sat on the beach because you're just 1 block off of a public beach.
Yep.
You run down there, we watched the sunset and really enjoyed it. And so
very casual in there though, you know, just your basic restaurant, but also good, all very good, all on the same plane.
I know we've been talking about food a lot. Let's talk about things that you can do when you're out there. One of our favorite places to visit for a proper beach day is called Mismaloya. And it is about 15-20 minutes north of the romantic district from our Airbnb. Got a quick cab over there. And we just post up on the beach and spend the entire day there.
Yeah, there's some really great beach bars along there, all awesome. And my favorite thing is that masseuses will kind of walk around and, you know, hand you their pricing for their different massage clinics. I think there's maybe 3 to 4 there. I got a full body hour-long massage for $30 US.
It's incredible. The prices there are, it's a local spot. And so, you know, they're very excited to see tourists there, and the food is amazing. The drinks are incredible there. It's just a proper beach day.
It's a great beach day, and there's so many boats there that you can take excursions from. One of our friends, Sergio, who we will also pin down in the comments, is he owns a really, really great boat, probably the best one in that whole area at Mismaloya Beach.
Nicest.
And he'll take you anywhere. So
yeah, Los Arcos is like a 5-minute boat ride, and that's a phenomenal snorkeling spot. But there's so much to do around the area between whale watching, fishing, going to private beaches. Like that's a great starting point to go do those things. But they can always come and pick you up from your hotel or from the pier closest to where your Airbnb is. So super easy process. We love Mismaloya. There is a hotel next door called Barcelos. Sometimes you can do a day pass there if you want the all-inclusive pool experience. We used to do that, but now we just love Mismaloya and the local feel.
Get there early though, because it does get a little bit crowded and you want to get a beach chair.
Yeah, and they'll bring a lot of boats in with tourists from the hotel area, and so you know that's when it starts getting a little bit busier.
Maybe
in the
get there around 10 or 11 a.m.
Yep.
You'll be good to go.
A couple other places we recommend on the Malecon, because there's so many, guys. The Dolce Vita, there's 2 of them downtown. There's one on the main part of the Malecon and one in the romantic district. It's just proper Italian food. Really great pizza, great pasta. Brick oven. Awesome. If that's your vibe that night, check it out. For Thai food, Siam. Yeah. SIAM. Yep. Absolutely amazing. We got to go food there on our last night. We did. Great. But we've sat down there before. Yeah, great. It's fine dining inside. It definitely is a nice. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome Thai food. For a unique drinking experience, on the second floor of a building is a beautiful beachside overlook of the sunset, where your feet are in the water. Called Mar y Vino, Sea and Wine. Yep. And yeah, really great. We've had some really good specialty cocktails there. We've never actually eaten there, but the food looks fantastic. Somebody had a fish. Yeah, the red snapper. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. There. So I've heard really good reviews. We have only drank there. It's been fabulous. The atmosphere is awesome. Go for sunset if you can. Saxophone. Yeah. They're always gonna have some sort of live component of music there, and so. But very unique, very cool place to go. Yep. And then one other place that we love on the Malecon, which is like as you're heading to the romantic district, very close to Devil's Bar, is Roberto's, an amazing breakfast spot. Specialty coffee, it's Italian. Their eggs Benedict's amazing. Their French toast is incredible. Great prices, great people. Beachside, so you know you're getting the sea breeze, and it's just the Malecon. There's so much to do. Like we could go on and on about this, guys. You can't beat it, honestly. But these are just a few of our favorite places on the Malecon. I mean, it is truly, like you said earlier, you could be there for months and still not touch on all the restaurants there. Like it is truly a very special place that we've never experienced anywhere else that we've traveled. This is what I would recommend. I would go, and if I was going to PV and I had 8 days, I would spend 4 days either in the hotel zone at a Via del Palmar or something equivalent to that, depending on what your budget is, Or I would go a little bit more north and stay in a Garza Blanca or Hotel Mousai. Those are both incredible. Hotel Mousai is
Very
adults
great.
only. It's going to be upscale, beautiful rooftop pools.
Yep.
And then Garza Blanca is going to be your family-friendly, all-inclusive
On the
resort.
beach.
They do have options for non-all-inclusive, so you could do either. They have good food there. But then do 4 nights at an Airbnb in the Romantic District or on the Malecon and really like dive into the culture, dive into the food, dive into the atmosphere down there. And it's just such a magical place. If you have time for a day trip, you go up to Sayulita. Like there's amazing things to do. On our excursion, our second excursion with Austin, we did a 5-hour day and we went over to
Playa Las Animas.
first time there. Guys,
Yeah.
this place is so cool. It's only accessible by boat, and there's like 6 or 7 beach bar restaurants right on the water, toes in the sand.
Yeah.
We had fresh lobster and made
So
tacos
good.
out of it, and
We've never been anywhere bad in PV.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be honest here,
Yeah.
we've never been anywhere. We have not had a bad experience in PV. Everybody is so kind.
Safe.
The food preparation is awesome. We feel so safe going there. Like, it's just an amazing place.
I love
Highly
Vallarta,
recommend.
guys. We'll probably continue going 1 to 2 times a year, and maybe one day, who knows, we'll have a condo there. But it's a magical spot. If you've never been, don't be nervous. It is amazing. You can dive in. You can be walking around in the evening. Like, just use your best judgment in all cases. But it is such a fun and unique place. And that's the reason we don't recommend doing an entire week stay there all-inclusive. Like,
Right.
if
You're
you go to
gonna miss so
Cancun,
much.
do the all-inclusive. Relax, unwind, indulge. It's all good. In Vallarta, you need to meet the locals. You need to
You
experience.
need to eat the food.
Yeah.
You gotta eat the food.
Isn't that why we all travel anyways?
It's so
for the
good. It's unbelievable.
sunsets, good drinks, and amazing food, and
Perfect.
incredible people. That's what you're gonna get there. And guys, check out our blog. Check out all of our content about Vallarta.
Got a lot of it.
Let us know what you guys think about this long form style video and us just recapping these trips and doing a little bit more elaboration. If you have specific questions about Vallarta, about traveling, we love to hear from you guys. We're so grateful for y'all, and we'll see you guys in another video.
Cheers.